backing out and did it again one more time. All right. Shout out to every single one of you guys. Every single one of you guys that's in here. Right now, I'm over here. Just finished doing some exercise. Um, doing some stuff with the kids. Went freaking biking. Super sweaty right now. It's crazy hot right now in Florida. So yeah, it's lit. But I wanted to come in and remind you guys, all of the profitable developers that came in and pre-ordered, right? Guys, tonight you have a meeting with me, okay? 8 p.m. Eastern time, New York time, okay? Eastern time, the East Coast of the United States, okay? And that's the time. Now, how do you get into the meeting? Very simple. If you purchase the course, in there's gonna be a link that says meeting link, right? A section inside of the course. All you have to do is go in there. It's through Zoom, and basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over, the plan, what you guys gonna do, right? Also, too, I want to find out, what type of skills you guys have, so I could help you guys out directly. And this is gonna be a meeting that we're gonna do for the next 7 months. Okay, we're gonna get this bag. Okay, one way or another, we're gonna get rich without trying. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to 50 Cent. But yeah, man, I'm out here freaking tired, sweaty as hell. I just done did like 3-4 miles on a bike, man. I mean, it's not much, but it's 100 degrees right now, so it's crazy. Your boy's trying to get in shape, you know what I mean? We're trying to hit the summer late, So it is what it is. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know, right? For anybody that's hasn't pre-ordered the course, you have till today, 12 a.m. I told you guys on June 1st is the last day, okay? And this is the day where we start our first meeting. Every meeting is gonna be at 8 p.m. Eastern time on the first of the month. Okay, so 7 meetings. You got June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 meetings with me. We're gonna make sure that you guys are good, right? My goal for these meetings is to make sure that you basically make the money that you already invested into this, right? Some of you guys that pre-ordered it is $250, right? And I'm only doing this for you guys, right? For anybody that comes in and joins the meeting today, right? So you gonna be able to ask me questions. We're gonna look at everything that you have going on, so we could see how we could create a plan. Are you gonna be freelancing locally, freelancing online? You're gonna be building a software as a service, creating your own digital product, right? We're gonna make sure that you make your money back, right? $250 for a lot of people, y'all might think is a lot. That shit ain't shit, like literally, okay? Like literally $250, you can make that with 3 gigs on Fiverr. Okay, that's it. All right. For you to make $250 on a digital product, your product is, let's say, $40, the cheapest that you could go, right? $40. We're talking about not even 10 products you gotta sell. You know what I'm saying? For software as a service, we're talking about almost nothing. Okay, we're talking about less than 20-30 customers that you have there for your software as a service, and you'll make your $250 back, right? So again, that's my goal, right? My number one goal is for everyone that's in here, make your money back, right? And that way, once you start making some money, you put some money in your pocket, you can see the power of this. Okay, this is not a thing to be like, hey, everybody gonna make mad bread, you're gonna be a millionaire. No, I'm not selling you a dream. What I'm trying to teach you guys is how to monetize your skills, how to put the same skills that you use for your job, so you could do it basically on your own. Okay, and show you the process, because it's not hard. It's just a lot of little steps that you got to go through, and then from there, once you have that set up, it's automatic after that. You get what I'm saying? All right. This meetings is also to keep you accountable, in a sense, similar to what we do in the Diamond membership, right? Where we have accountability meetings, right? Those meetings are to make sure that students come in, they learn the skills, they go through the course, they build a portfolio, I review the portfolios. And this meeting that we're gonna have once a month is gonna be different. This meetings is gonna be pretty much to look at your skills, look at the things that you can offer to the world. From there, helping you out with the process of building your website, building your your ads, getting you out there. That's the whole goal, right? Once you go in and you learn these things that we cover inside of this course, I can guarantee you that if you put everything into practice that I tell you, you're going to make your bread. And then from there, once you learn it once, that's the cool part about it, is that you learn it how to do it one thing. For example, like if you get this set up right properly and you are able to do it with, let's say, a Fiverr account or Upwork account, right? You pretty much can do the same thing for locally. You can do the same thing for software as a service. So these skills that we're gonna go in and teach you inside of this course is gonna follow you for the rest of your life, like straight up, no cap, because that's what happened to me. When I got into this thing, I was just freelancing on Craigslist back in the days. Now you got so many different platforms and so many different ways that you can monetize those skills that you have, that you do at a job. So like I said, once you learn all of these things from, doing the research, right? Being able to find the right product, something that's simple for you, right? You never want to go in over your head. What you want to do is make money, okay? This is not about, hey, I want to do my first, my favorite stack. Hey, I want to do my favorite this. No, this is a money thing, okay? You basically get paid when you solve people's problems. So at the end of the day, that's what we're going to be doing here, teaching you that process. And once you understand how to do advertisement, how to do your own ads, how to do retargeting ads, sky's the limit after that, okay? Yes, 8 p.m. New York, okay? Somebody says that's like 2 a.m. Central Europe. I mean, I'll be honest, I get it. It's 2 a.m. in Europe. Maybe, all the meetings is going to be recorded, so you could watch the recordings. I guarantee you 90% of the questions that you're going to have, right, other people's going to have the same questions. So at the end of the day, you can watch the recording if you can't make it to the meeting. It is what it is, right? So at the end of the day, that's what I would say. I would love for you to be there, but if you feel like it's a little bit too late, you're in 2 a.m. for you, maybe for somebody in Asia is, I don't know, 8 a.m. over there. It is what it is. I think 8 o'clock is the perfect time for me to be able to do this. And also too, even though we are gonna have these meetings, there's a guaranteed meeting every first of the month. I might do like random meetings throughout the month too, where I'll just send you an email and I'll tell you, hey man, this day I'm available, let's hop on a call, right? So we could do that, right? But those, I don't want to go and commit to say, hey, I'm going to do this every week, because I just don't know. What I can commit is once a month, right? On the first of the month, I can guarantee that I'm going to be on all of those meetings, right? But I am going to go in and do random meetings depending on how my schedule opens up. And maybe I'll do it, super early, maybe 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it could be really good for you guys in Europe and other parts of the world, right? Yeah, man, shout out to everybody in here. We in here, bro. Freaking shit is crazy. It's crazy how I just did mad freaking exercise. But, it's a good thing. I feel great. Now I could go in, start my week properly. So it's going to be very interesting. Also, too, don't think I forgot. We also going to announce on Monday, which is tomorrow, we're going to announce the winners that I'm going to be giving out a laptop, right? Somebody is going to get a laptop that signed up for the Diamond membership this month. And also, too, I got to give some money to some people, and also, too, some sneakers to some people. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll let you guys know who are the winners. Okay? Shout out to Finn Germain. He says, are you getting deported soon? Nah, man, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm an American, kiddo. You can't deport somebody that's from here. You know what I mean? I know it's hard wherever you're at right now, and it's usually probably the same dude from India. I know you're eating Goop Scoop right now somewhere, so congratulations on that, Eat it up, have fun with it over there. It's always this Indian dude. It's funny, this freaking dude has nothing to do. He comes to every live, every freaking thing. He creates different accounts. He does the same shit all the time. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to give you the little attention just to play you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're goofy. right? At the end of the day, you know, you're eating Goop Scoop. I'm eating good. I'm eating steak, right? I don't even know if you could eat steak, but I'm eating steak. I'm eating some pork today, right? And some, you know, a little filet mignon wrapped up with bacon. Yeah, I'm eating good today. You know what I mean? So keep eating Goop Scoop, bro. Yeah, because you try to play me, I'm gonna play you back, bro. Again, this is not to the Indians. This is just to this one dude. These motherfuckers try to play me. It's like, bro, you fucking with the wrong person. I'll play you right back. You got a lot of shit that we could go into. Yeah, man. We having fun, bro. Right now, I'm about to go get the kids some ice cream and have a good day and enjoy my meeting, man. This is gonna be life-changing, you know, things. And I've been dying to do this because, again, this is the, how can I say this, right? This is the pinnacle of like what we've done from CodingPhase. There's so many of you guys that already learn how to code. So many of you guys that are already in the game, right? Now is how do we go in and now take these skills and just get a bag, right? By the way, also too, those of you guys that pre-purchased the uh, profitable developer course on the day that I launched it, right? Remember that live stream? I told you guys I was gonna give you the trading course for free. So I know who you guys are. I have you on the list. Don't worry. All of June, that's what I'm working on. Pretty much the whole month, I'm gonna show you guys everything that has to do with trading, how to do it on Webull, right? The whole process, right? Again, it's not gonna be financial advice. You do it if you want to. I'm just giving it to you guys that came in first. I'm giving it to you 100% for free. You could take it. Whoever wants it, y'all could take it, right? If you want to. I'm not here to push anything on you. I know that I'm trading every freaking day, and that's where I'm getting my bag. Okay, you know, even though yesterday, when was it, Friday, I had to take a big L. I try to take a lot of risk, and we're gonna cover that inside of the course. I'm gonna show you guys what happens when you take too much risk, right? On last Friday, right, basically took a huge risk. I tried to freaking double everything. I said I'm going for double or nothing, right? And ended up losing like 40%. So almost half of the profits of May, right? Because I try to go all in. And it didn't play out right. It's a risk that you have to take sometimes. But again, it's like playing with casino money at the end of the day. It's like you already won. So now at the end, you're like, all right, let me see if I could double up this whole thing. It would have been a $30,000 day. Guess what? It ended up being like a $6,000-$7,000 loss. It's fine, right? At the end of the day, we make that money back because I started with like $3,000 and I flipped it all the way to 15, right? So then I tried to do a crazy. I was like, yo, it's the last day of the month to trade. I'm going all in. Big mistake. Don't do that, right? And a lot of those things I'm gonna go in and show you guys what to do, what not to do, right? How to do it safely. And you know, you don't have to take risks. But one thing that I always tell you guys, if you don't take risk, you don't go nowhere. Okay, sometimes you got to take a risk and you take a L. That's fine. It's a learning experience. Now you go in and you do it again, and when you have to take a risk, you take it again. Because I give you a great example. If you go in and you say, well, I'm never gonna take a risk and I'm only gonna go in and try to get 5%, 10% every single day, yeah, you could grow slowly but surely. But if you go in and you say, okay, cool, there's a good opportunity, I could go all in, as long as I have stop loss and I could go in and do it the right way, the safest way, right? Basically, shit, you could double up super fast. You know what I mean? And that's another strategy that I'm gonna talk about. How do you go in and minimize when you take those big risks like that? Again, and everything that I'm teaching and I'm talking about is stuff that I do. This is not stuff that be like, well, Joe did this shit 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Everything that I teach and I talk about is only the things that I do on a daily basis, right? For my businesses, for my personal life. For example, like trading, this is some shit that I do every single day. It's not like some shit that I'll be like, whoa, this guy doesn't do. Nah, I do it every day. And yeah, the last 2-3 years, and it's been pretty good. But yeah, so that's coming up for June. Now you guys have the meeting tonight, so definitely come through, and I'll keep you guys updated on how everything goes for that. Okay. I do Ray says, Shay, I'm a lifetime member. Was a little down last live. I heard it wasn't including because of this kind of rush to buy because I see the value. Yeah, and I apologize for that. A lot of people hit me up like, yo, I don't got access to this, da da da. I got a lifetime membership. Guys, the lifetime membership is for all of the coding courses. This is not coding. This is a business course, right? The Profitable Developer course is a business course, right? It's not a coding course. We don't even code in that whole course. That whole course is about teaching you the strategies, teaching you how to run advertisement, how to do retargeting advertisement, how to go in and create ads. Like, this is a business course. It has nothing to do with coding. So at the end of the day, I can't go in and just, everything that I do and say, hey, I'm going to put it into the lifetime. It has nothing to do with coding. You know what I'm saying? If right now I was to go in and I don't know, create a t-shirt, right, that says CodingPhase, you can't expect as a lifetime member to get a free t-shirt. My fault, guys. My phone literally said, yo, you need to cool down. The phone needs to cool down. Yo, it's so hot outside, bro. It's crazy. Even my phone about to break. My phone say, yo, this iPhone needs to cool down. No, it's 88 in here because you guys have the AC on, but it's actually 106 degrees outside. What? Which is crazy. Global warming is real, guys. The only thing that gets me nervous about this thing being so hot is that if it's so hot, that means freaking the hurricanes is gonna be really bad this year. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in here. Like I said, and like I was telling to you guys, as far as the Ethan, could you lift that window up for a second? Yeah, like I was saying to you guys before I get out of here, as far as the lifetime membership covers you all of the meetings that we have in the Diamond membership, all of the things that come with coding, everything that has to do with coding. If it's not about coding, right, or helping you get a job, it has nothing to do with, with the lifetime membership, right? Only reason that I'm hosting the videos of the Profitable Developer course inside of the CodingPhase website is because it's cheaper for me to do that, right? Like, I'm already paying a lot of money, so for me to go in and create another Teachable account just to host this one course is gonna cost me more money when I'm already paying a lot on, for CodingPhase. So I'm trying to save some money by hosting it there. Now, because it's a product that has to be included with the lifetime membership or it's part of the Diamond membership, I'm just trying to save myself some money so I don't have to spend an extra, $2,000, $3,000. You get what I'm saying? But that's the only reason. But it's a different product, guys. Again, I'm still creating a lot of new courses that come in for CodingPhase where you guys are gonna have lifetime membership. For example, software as a service course that we're planning out. That's gonna be in the middle of June, right? The middle of June, we're working on that one. That's showing you guys how to use some of the different type of starter kits that's out here and how to go in and basically create a software as a service. So how to connect it to Stripe, how to connect it to PayPal, so you could go in and start charging people for whatever service it could be. It could be an AI image generator, it could be a CRM, it could be an email service. Whatever you come up with, you can use this starter kit, and we're gonna show you guys how to do that, how to come up with the idea, how to validate it, and then going to use the starter kit to just build the application super fast and show you guys how to use with AI. So that way you save yourself some time, and you could build an application, at least the MVP, at least within a month, and that way you could go and launch it. So there's a lot of stuff that we're adding to it. Also too, we're doing a brand new email developer course that's gonna be coming out probably by July. It's gonna be basically a re-recording of everything that we did with the responsive HTML email course. So we're basically we're giving it a refresh, a brand new. There's a lot of different new ways to go into creating HTML emails. We're going to talk about ghost tables, how to use AI. A lot of the courses that I'm building from here on, they're coming with the skills and how to use AI to basically expedite the work. So I'm teaching you, what's under the hood, and then how you could do it with AI in less than 30 minutes. I know it's what they call it counterproductive. You're like, well, you're gonna teach me the long way of doing it and then teach me the easy way? Yes, and the reason that is because if I teach you how to do something with just AI, that's like skipping steps. So if something breaks, you're not gonna be able to know how to fix it. The AI is not as perfect as people think. You have to actually go in and know how to debug it. And the best way to know how to debug it is by actually knowing how to build it yourself. At that point, now you're using AI as an assistant, not as somebody who's building everything for you. So there's a lot of new courses that's coming out on CodingPhase. Another thing too, I'm partnering up with somebody else to do a Python course. And this course is gonna focus on AI too, right? Now, that course I'm not teaching it myself. I'm having somebody else that's gonna help me out with that course, because that's what they do, that they're expert at that, right? And that you're gonna get it 100% for free as a lifetime member. You don't have to spend no money on that, right? So everything that has to do with coding, all the updates that we do on the website to the coding courses, everything, the meetings, you have it 100% for free, okay? Now there are gonna be situations like this one that has nothing to do with coding. This is a business course, okay? This is not a coding course, this is a business course. Same thing with the trading course, it's a trading course, nothing to do with coding, okay? So at that point, I'm not gonna sell it or include it in the lifetime membership because it has nothing to do with coding, okay? Also, to all of these courses, they're gonna have their own domains. They're gonna be sold on profitabledeveloper.com. I have the other trading course, which is gonna be probably hosted on CodingPhase.com. Remember I told you guys I'm building a software as a service. So that trading course, you're gonna be able to have access to it if you use the software. If you don't wanna use the software, then you could just purchase the course by itself and you could use whatever software or whatever else you want to use out there. So that's going to be the bundle that I'm going to do together. So as people come into my new software as a service, which is a trading journal application, anybody that goes in there, they'll have access to the software as a service. Similar to what we do right now on entryleveljobs.ai, where if you're a diamond member, I already give you entryleveljobs.ai for free. Let me see, how much is the trading course gonna be? I don't know, I wanna make it cheap. I wanna make it cheap, like, I don't know, maybe $99, $100, I don't know. I'm probably gonna make it cheap, because it's gonna be, the course is not gonna be an advanced course. The course is gonna be a beginner's course. So, from what I've looked at, right? I looked and did my research on courses like that. I want to go in and create something. Most people sell it at $500 to $1,000. I'm not going to sell it at that price. I want to sell it at a price where it's accessible. This is a course that I want to go in and give it to my brother, give it to my cousin, give it to my friend, maybe even have my own son go through the course, right? Same thing for for people that is that's beginners. They have no knowledge about this, right? They think this is so hard, so difficult, but I could tell you guys right now, trading is like the best thing. It's changed my life, right? I'm looking at life a completely different way. And the reason that is because, I've always had money, but I have it stacked in a bank. Now, what I do is I do it into investments, right? I have long-term investments. I have retirement investment, Roth IRA. I have accounts that are for day trading, and I have accounts for swing trading. And that way, I could go in and basically put my money to work for me, And again, I want to go in and do the same thing that I did with coding and like teaching people how to do it, because it's like there's a need. right? That's a niche right there, and there's a need for it. I always tell you guys, look at the things that's around you, right, to find the best products to create. So for me, like trading wasn't easy. Like trading, learning how to trade is not easy because there's too many resources. You go to a YouTube channel, they're talking about this indicator, they're talking about this thing, they're talking about trading Nvidia, trading Tesla, trading some momentum stocks, trading this, and there's a million fucking things out there, right? So what my goal is to make it accessible to the average person like me. I'm an average dude. I'm just a regular freaking guy, right? So what I try to do with this is like, okay, how do I go in and make it simple for me to learn it? So if I'm gonna go in and say, well, if you had to teach yourself, how will you teach it, right? Because it took me 3 years. I started in 2023. We're, late 2022. But we could say it's 3 years now. Right? In September, it's going to be 3 years that I've been going hard with trading. But it took me around 2.5 years to really get the hang of it. Why does it have to take that long? You know what I'm saying? And the process is that for you to learn how to trade properly, there's too many resources. So I spent almost 1.5 years just going through, different course to reading a book, to using ChatGPT to help me out understand certain patterns and this and that. All of that shit could get condensed. So somebody could come in and say, okay, in a month to 2 months, I'll be proficient. Not an expert, because no matter what, you're still gonna need time for you to actually learn in real life, right? So it's gonna take you, at least 2 months to be proficient, and it's gonna take you at least 6 months where you're gonna be like, damn, I got it. But now, guess what? I'm saving you all of that time that might take you 2 to 3 years. Just like me. It took me just 2-3 years. I'm like, how can I go in and make this shit simple and simplify it for the average person? I was just talking to one of my friends. So there's a kid called Santiago Matias. So he's from Alafoque. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You probably don't know. So he's big in Dominican Republic, and he has a big company. He making a lot of money over there. That's my man's. And I was telling him, I'm like, yo, you trading? You got money in investments? Like, nah, you lose money in that. I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, bro, this is the perfect person that needs this. This dude is making like $1 million, $2 million a year, right? And when he's making that bread, all he really doing is, he's spending his money and not investing, right? Not investing and not doing it properly. And you don't have to go in and invest a lot, but you gotta have something in the market, especially if you don't own a home. Like, always think about it like this. If you gonna have some type of money saved, at least buy a property, buy a lot of land, buy a condo, buy a house, buy something, because at least your money's there and it's growing and it's fighting inflation, right? In a sense. If like right now, if the dollar becomes almost nothing, and like, let's say for you to buy a soda, it costs you $50 to buy a soda, guess what? That means your home property is going to be like $5-10 million, right? Just a regular home, right? It sounds like crazy, but that's what happens when inflation hits, right? So if you don't own anything, you still gonna get paid the minimum. This is what happens in all third world countries. This is what happens in all parts of the world. The money starts going down, the value of it. And the people that own shit and had investments, they don't get a hit. They fine. The people that don't have no investments, don't own anything, guess what? Inflation ate up your money. Look up what happened to Argentina. Look up what happened to Venezuela. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen here in the United States, but it's a great way to fight a situation like that. Right now, the economy is not as great as it should be. There's a lot of stuff going on, Trump doing some crazy shit that might hurt the economy in a sense, right? In the short term, but in the long term, it's going to help the economy. It's just we're gonna have to take this hit, right? Because other presidents were supposed to do that shit years ago. Go look up Nancy Pelosi on tariffs, right? And on China. Once those people got paid, right? Once they got paid, again, I don't want to go too much into politics, but once they got paid, now they're like, nah, man, China's our friend. China's this and that. We should go in and not have any tariffs for them. What switched up? Everybody got their bags. Everybody made their money. You get what I'm saying? But us, the regular folks, we don't get paid from that shit. All the big CEOs, they got cheap labor, but guess what? Now we don't have good jobs like how we used to. Look at the thing that Elon Musk and Vivek was trying to push. Yeah, man, we got to go in and you know, we can't have qualified developers here. We don't have qualified developers. We got to go to China and India to bring qualified developers. That's bullshit. There's qualified developers here, but they just don't want to pay that salary, right? Because it costs a lot of money, right? As you become a more senior developer, you're paying somebody over $100,000. Why would you do that when you could get somebody from India, from the Philippines, or from other parts of the world and pay them $50,000? And they'll be happy. They'll be like, shit, this is a steal because we're getting paid $10,000 a year. We're getting made 5 times as much as you know, as what we would get paid in our country. And I understand it, right? I would do the same thing if I lived in Dominican Republic. Right? Shit. If I lived in Dominican Republic, I don't need 100,000. Give me 50,000. I live like a king over there. But when we live here in the U.S., we need to get paid, right? Because everything's expensive here. So at the end of the day, all of these politicians, they're doing their own moves. So now we can't depend on any politician, any government, any type of shit. We have to make sure to move like the rich people move, which is they got investments, right? You know, your phone, this phone right now I'm talking to you, I don't pay for this phone. This is a business investment, right? Most of the shit that I have, I go in, I buy a laptop. I don't pay for that shit. That's a tax write-off. I go in and get freaking, you know, 15-20% of everything that I spend in my house because I got an office in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's things that you got to learn how to play the game. If you're not playing the game, you're basically playing here, you know, on a game that's against you. So it's the same thing with trading. That's why I went in and I said, I got to learn this shit. I got to learn it properly because I got to fight inflation. I got to fight all of these things. You know, when I came down here, I had like, you know, shit, more than $500,000 when we came to Florida. We spent a lot of money fixing the house and doing a bunch of stuff. But what's crazy is that the things that I could buy before I came here, before the pandemic, now it's more expensive. So now my money that I saved up in the bank is worth less. You get what I'm saying? That's when that was my wake-up call. I'm like, yo, hold on, I'm 37, about to be 38. I gotta make sure I get my bag and I secure my bag and I keep it. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. See you guys in the meeting tonight. I'm gonna buy some ice cream for my kids real quick. All right. Let me get